What's up, everybody? Trinity here. Welcome back to Second Street. It's Monday. It's time to start a new week. So whether you're at work, headed to work, getting ready for work, maybe you've got the day off. Maybe you're one of those people who had to work through the weekend and you've got Monday and Tuesday off and you're ready to hit it. You're in it to win it, right? Well, that's what we're here for today. And today we are going to be talking about day and date. The great debate. This seems to be the biggest thing that so many people are talking about at this point. There's all kinds of people out there. There's all kinds of people out there who are all about the day and date release. They're all ready. There's plenty of people out there who are not ready to go out to theaters and who want to watch movies from the comfort of their home without having to go see these things at the theaters. And there's plenty of people out there as well who want to head out to the theater, not just necessarily to support theaters, but because we enjoy. And when I put that in there. I put my point of view in there, is that we just like going to the theater to see things on the big screen, to kind of have that experience. But no matter where you stand, I want to know how you feel about it down in the comments below. Do you like going to the theater? Do you like the theater experience? Is it something that you're ready to go out and do, is see movies in theaters? Like I said, there's plenty of people that don't. Let me know if you're somebody who don't want to go to the theater, who don't like the theater experience. Is it what is it that makes you want to go out to theaters, and what is it that makes you not want to go out to theaters? What do you think the pros and cons of day and date releases are? We can see that there's been a great debate out there going on right now. You can see kind of everything going on with Scarlett Johansson, and supposedly Emma Stone's going to be suing, and supposedly what's her name from Jungle Cruise 2, they're all going to be suing. But how do you feel about it? Is day and date something that needs to hang around for a while? Are theaters a thing of the past? Again, let me know all your thoughts down in the comments below, because that is what we are going to be talking about today, folks. And I bring this up because, somebody asked this question recently on their community post, Rob over at Geek Culture Explained. And he asked this on his community wall recently. And I was like, yeah, you know what? There's no need for it. I like theaters, but let me know down in the comments below, and we will go ahead and see what everybody is saying here in the chats, and we'll say what's up to all of the good people here today. Let's take a look at what we've got. We've got Ryan Unknown says, T, are you on Odyssey? No, I'm not. Brian Stone, thank you so much for being here. Says, good morning. Cannot wait to get movies worth seeing in theaters again. And ooh, I like the way that Brian Stone puts that out there. Do you know that Matt Damon actually had some things to say? He was flapping his gums apparently in some I didn't read the whole review. I was looking at some little post. What was it on? I can't even remember what news agency it was that put it out there that had this this interview with Matt Damon, and they put some of the quotes that he said in there about the leading, well, I think he said male actor. Easy there, Matt Damon. Easy there. Just how about the leading actor? We don't. It can be a man or a woman. Women draw men to the theater as well, and women to the theater to see them. All you got to do is be a big marquee name. But are they done? Are they done? Let me know. Let me know down in the comments below. But I like the way you say that, Brian Stone. Something worth seeing in theaters again. Because I've been kind of thinking about that for a while too. Even before the pandemic hit last year and everything, we were going to the theater less and less. More and more was going to the theater to take my kids to see movies, as opposed to seeing movies that I want to see. Why? Because there's just not as much there that I want to see. Hobbs and Shaw? No, thank you. Just some of these different movies out there have been things that don't really interest me. Like waiting for something good again, just something good. Something good. I was even watching, I talked about this the other day. I was even watching those original Fantastic Four movies. No, not that one. I watched that one too. But I was watching the original one, with Chris Evans and that one, and Jessica Alba. I watched that movie. I'm like, you know what? Like, this isn't even the best movie, but you can even see then the difference between the movie making and the movie magic as compared to what we get now. I'm like, man, like, even though this movie isn't the best, I'm watching, I'm like, it's at least good and entertaining. It kind of keeps me engaged and wanting to watch it, even though it's not the best. Right? And just sitting back and thinking about, this weekend, yesterday, as I was doing some work around the house, my kids were watching Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3. And I was sitting there, just in between times working, taking breaks and stuff. I was sitting there watching all the same. And I'm just sitting there like, dang, man, they don't make movies like this anymore. They don't make, and I know you can easily sit there and be like, bro, you're talking about Back to the Future, one of the best movies of all time, right? Well, some would say it's not that great, right? And that's what we're here to debate. Because people have differences of opinion. But I got to tell you, I'm just sitting there like, it's just not the same anymore. It's just not the same. It's nothing like, and it's not nostalgia neither. It's not just nostalgia. Because I feel like there's just, like, a lot of the films that have been coming out lately are just so, I don't even know, like, formulaic, safe, and just not fun and entertaining in the way that I feel that they should be compared to a lot of the films that I enjoy watching. I even think about a movie like Napoleon Dynamite. This isn't an old movie. Sure, it's probably nearing 20 years old at this point, but the point is that you go and look at a movie like that, a small independent film, and what did they do? It's not, is it really a comedy? I wouldn't say it is, but it's got hilarious stuff sprinkled throughout, just through all of these kind of weird situations, right? And it's so fun. It's so fun, and you just don't get movies like this anymore. Think about crude humor movies, right? Superbad, Wedding Crashers, Old School. These are some of the movies out there that they were just fun and entertaining and captivating, and you just don't get films like this out there at theaters anymore. So, I guess there's one argument to be made there for day and date, and that, yeah, there's not very many great movies anyway out there. So, you know what? You might as well not even plan your movies for a theater. Well, you know what? Plenty of studios have done that for years as well. They make direct-to-DVD movies. It's been going on for years, folks, but let's get back in here and see what you guys are saying. We've also got my man Kendall Davis in the building. One of the Myrtle Maniacs. Who was it that mentioned that? Myrtle Maniacs. I love it. Delayed the streaming release a couple of weeks, says Brian Stone. Well, I believe, isn't that what they're doing with the Suicide Squad? Because in the Suicide Squad, you can go watch that at the theaters right now, and it's not available on HBO Max until, I think on the 6th, right? Johnny on the spot says, Disney doesn't care about your local theater chain. Probably not. At this point, they probably don't. Everyone in Hollywood is pro-choice until it's about going to the movies. Oh, Kendall, you know what? I put a post on my Twitter, the other day on Saturday night, because Saturday night we had a delayed version of the Trailer Park Live, normally done on Fridays. I was sick on Friday, ended up doing it on Saturday. And I put a post out afterward because we had so much fun on Saturday evening. Go back and watch it if you'd like to. It was fun. And I said, you know what? My subscribers and everything, y'all a bunch of instigators. But I love you. Y'all a bunch of instigators, so. Oh man, trying to make no, that was good, Kendall. I love it. Oh man, that's funny. That's funny. T-Rev says, I like a homeless looking Trinity. You like that? You like that? Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Ryan Unknown says Bigs are getting bigger and and the theater chains are collateral. I could also see big corporate big corporate buy up theater chains. T-Rev says you watched the 94 Fantastic Four. No, you know what? I haven't. I need to check that out. Um, and you forgot Chickless and Al. Yeah, yeah. And you know the funny thing is too is the other guy. What's his name? Trev. Julian. I can't remember his name. The guy who played Doctor Doom in those. Like, dude, like I think he was a good casting. It's just the movies, right? But I think he was a good casting because he kind of has that that thing that I think Doctor Doom kind of needs, where you kind of like, I don't know, like this guy's kind of slimy. I don't really like, you know. But also at the same time, through that, you could also get behind a guy as well. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. Ooh, early Fanjecture shot. Oh, dang. Oh yeah. Napoleon Dynamite is an old movie. Yeah. I was gonna say, I was sitting there talking to him like, but relatively like 20 years ago, I mean that's still a while go through. But I mean I don't even, and that's just to put that out there. I mean we could go back even less time and find other movies out there as well. But the point being, like 20 years ago, like you could just take like this basic movie that was like, it's not a huge budget movie that was more entertaining than you're getting out of big blockbusters these days. Yeah, from Nip Tuck. Yeah, Julian McMahon. Yes. Yeah, he's good, man. Yeah, he's good. Yeah, it was just written bad. Yeah. Christopher Barker, thank you so much for being here. You know what? You keep changing your avatar and you're messing with me, bro. You're messing with me. But, so, yeah, I mean, getting back to the day and date thing, we can see, obviously, stars have problems with it, with their contracts. Just, we're talking about Jessica Alba. We can see that Scarlett Johansson is kind of the first one to come out of the woodwork and file this lawsuit. You know, it's kind of the big talk of last week when she come out ready to file a lawsuit against Disney. And supposedly Emma Stone is going to be doing the same thing. And why all of a sudden I'm forgetting her name? Why all of a sudden I'm forgetting her name? You know who I'm talking about. They're wanting to sue Disney for this day and date releasing. Now, again, the way I feel about it is I don't like the day and date release. Look, just put it out at movie theaters. And we'll get into this thing right here I want to talk about. Because here's something that I've seen. Like I said, Rob over at Geek Culture Explained put a poll up on his community tab asking about how about the whole day and date releasing. Here, let's go to the poll and see exactly what it said. All right, let me go here, and it says, whose side are you on in this Scarlett Johansson versus Disney situation? There's Scarlett, Disney, neither, both, and I picked Scarlett. I picked Scarlett, and my response was, should have renegotiated the contract, and they should have. I mean, it shouldn't be that hard to do, right? It shouldn't be that hard to do. Of course, then the movie might not have hit theaters ever, right? And I said I'm a no on day and date. I prefer the theater, even if she don't win her bag, cha-ching, her money. Hopefully, it brings an end to day and date. And to which somebody replied with this. That you can see right here. They said, what is the problem with simultaneous release? And I didn't really mention anything about that, but it says, just go to the theater like people who enjoy theater, and people like me who enjoy the home release will just watch it at home without coughing people, screaming children, and over-expensive food and drinks. And, I've got to say, while there is this... you can actually certainly say something like that, I'll go to the theater, and you don't want to go to the theater to avoid coughing people, screaming children, and over-expensive food? I don't know what over-expensive is. I mean, I think just expensive food and drink would have covered it. Don't go to the theater. Now, the thing about this argument, and I can guarantee you there's plenty of people out there who would say the exact same thing, right? Plenty of people would say the exact same thing. Go to the theater and watch it. I'll sit there and watch it at home. Look, this is exactly what's been going on for decades. This is how it's been for years prior to the pandemic. You like a movie and you want to go see it at the theater? You go see it at the theater. It's kind of the way it's always been. You don't want to go to the theater and see, all the coughing people and the screaming children and the expensive food and drinks? You don't go. And you sit there and wait for it to finish its theatrical run, wait for it to come out on Blu-ray or DVD or streaming the same as it's been for how long? How long has this model been there? The option has always been there for you to not go to the theater to deal with the expensive food and drink and the screaming children and the coffin. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. The only thing that's changed is exactly what Scarlett Johansson is bringing up in her thing, is they just want to, they want to bypass the theaters and they just want to funnel money directly into their pockets. And that's fine if that's what they want to do, because you know what? Like I said earlier, that's something else studios have done for years, is make movies and put them direct to DVD or VHS or streaming. It's not that hard. The model don't need to change. The model can stay the same. You don't want to go? Don't go. You want to go? Go. It's pretty simple. There's no need to change it. There's no need to change it. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. If you've got a similar comment that's just like this that I completely destroyed. Yeah, I destroyed. Yeah, you like, and don't you like how people do that? Don't you like how people do that? Oh yeah. Don't you like how people do that? Like, oh yeah, you see that, bruh? I completely destroyed that argument. I completely destroyed that one. Yeah. But seriously, like, if you don't want to go to the theater, don't go. If you do, you go. If you don't want to go to the theater, you're just going to have to wait for it to finish its theatrical run, for it to come out on DVD or streaming or Blu-ray, however you want to see it. It's always gone that way. And you know what? Honestly, when they would come out, most of the time, I remember I used to do it through Vudu all the time, is you order it through Vudu. They don't really do this much anymore, but you would order it through Vudu, and you could order the digital about, and it would come out about a week before the physical copy would, but you would order it, right? And it would come out, and then the DVD wouldn't release until, like, whatever, like, you got it a little bit early sometimes. And earlier than the actual physical disc, usually about a week ahead of time. Not that hard to figure out, man. Not that, like, it's the way I've always done it, movies that, right? Movies you don't want to see, you just wait. You just wait. You just wait. Is there really any need to change it? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments below. Tell me that I'm wrong. Come at me with this same argument that this other person had. But anyway, let's go ahead and get here into the live chats and see what everybody is saying that's going to trigger me and make me go all crazy. Okay. Get your Trev says, stop negotiating for back-end deals. Get your money up front. Yeah, there you go. Absolutely. That works too. Again, it comes down to contract negotiations. Absolutely. Christopher says, now I got head games from Foreigner in my head. Oh, yeah, that's funny. That's funny. Trev says, stop trying to be a producer too. Yeah. And, and I have no problems with that. Like, people can do different things, but like, if I'm taking what you're saying out there at what we're, I think I took that right. Christopher Barker says, neither. Let them fight. Oh, weird. Trev says, I think they are realizing that people don't want to be around other people all the time for these things, and that's fine. That's fine, but that's no reason to have to bypass theaters. You still but that's the way it's always been. I know plenty of people who don't like going to the theater and never did, and therefore they didn't. They would just wait for it to come out on physical release so they could watch it at home. I see no reason for the model to change. And here's the thing: is we can see through the numbers already that these movies bring in more money at the theater. And why would studios not want that? Why would studios not want to make that more money? Now the thing is they could do the whole model the way they've always done it, and they could maybe shorten that window, maybe shorten the amount of time that it's at a theater, whatnot, and then maybe the window between when it goes from theater to release. What is the release date usually, like from theater to DVD? It seems like it was usually about like 90 days or something like that, almost 3 months. Sometimes it seemed like if a movie was more successful, it might take longer or even shorter for it to come out on release as well. So I'm not for sure. If anybody knows, please let me know down in the comments below. If not, I'll go research that stuff and come up with that on our next stream. But to me, it seems like they could think about just shortening those things. But the other thing too is depending on the success of the movie. If it's really successful in the theater, keep it in the theater longer. Why not? Make the money off of it that you need to. The studios made more money off of it, right? Okay, even though they shared some of it. The thing is, and it's something I even talked about the other week, is in considering even with Black Widow. I like going to the movie theater. I went to the theater the first time we watched it. I bought it so we could watch it here at home afterward. And here's the thing. Now at this point, I went to the theater and I watched it, and I have it here to watch at home. I have no real incentive to go back to the theater again for that theater experience. Whereas before, when they weren't doing day and date release, I would have probably been at the theater probably 2, maybe 3 times that weekend to watch the movie, so I could sit here and talk about it and break it down and get here and make some videos and flap my gums on a video or a live stream for all of you beautiful people. Now I have no reason to. I can just sit there and I can sit there and rewind it and pause it and do all these little things and zoom in and get screen captures and stuff and show you guys here even better, And I don't know, people are like, oh, but the pirating, look, like my man Johnny on the spot said the other day when we were talking about this, the people who were pirating it weren't their paying customers in the first place. Moving on, let's get into back into the comments. We've got. Okay, where we go? We are going Bruce Willis surrogate style. I haven't seen that movie, but I know what you're saying here. Yeah, Nikki, thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having a very good day. You know what, Nikki, I was editing. I've been editing the nerd theory thing for the release, and there's some stuff in there really cracked me up. Do theaters need to exist? Well, they don't need to. No, I mean, they don't need to. McDonald's don't need to exist. Wendy's don't need to exist. These places don't need to exist. Grocery stores don't need to exist. No. So, I mean, no. Yeah. But I never said they need to exist. They don't need to. No. I mean, none of it does. You don't need the grocery store. You don't need the theater. You don't need, you don't need gas stations. You don't need any of that stuff, right? You don't need high-rise buildings. You don't need, all that. You don't need your cell phone. I mean, the only thing you need is food and water. Any more bad takes, Trev? Any more bad takes? Oh wait, it's a middleman to the studios that isn't required anymore with direct streaming. I mean, yeah, sure. If you don't want to make as much money, I mean, yeah, sure, absolutely. And you can't argue against that. I mean, the numbers already prove it. The numbers already prove it. The numbers are lower. The numbers are lower. They're not. You know what I mean? It was all to the middleman, which isn't required anymore. Remember, it used to be 3 to 6 months. Yeah, I was gonna say, it kind of depends. Like, sometimes it seems like it would be about 3 months, sometimes maybe 4. Like, yeah, I remember, like, when Batman, Batman 89, when that one came out, why do we call it 89 now? Like, why can't we just call it Batman? That's what it was called. It was just called Batman. You want to call it Tim Burton's Batman? It never said that. It was just Batman. The one from 1989. How about that? But, I I remember when that one came out. I remember back in them days. It seemed like that movie came out on video real soon after its theatrical run. Because we seen that at the theater when I was a kid. I think we were on vacation and we actually went and seen that. And it came out. We went and seen it. And I swear, after its theatrical run, it came out on video quick. Yeah, 45 now. Was 90 prior to the pandemic. And I think 45 is not too bad. 45 is not bad. And was 6 months or a year back in the 80s. Yeah, and I swear, Trev, like I was just saying, I swear the Batman, that original Batman movie, I swear, man, it came out pretty quick. I wonder what that one is. Digital moved it up. Yeah, and seeing that's not bad. That's not so bad. Again, 45 days, I can live with that. And I think that's doable. I think that's doable. If you don't want to see it in theaters, let it be at the theater for, 2 months, however long it's pulling in money for, still doing decent numbers. Have it in there for 2 months, and then 45 days later, after those 2 months, put it out on Blu-ray, put it out on physical, put it out on streaming, whatever, and it's all good. I mean, problem solved. And you know what? Like I said at the top, it's almost like you don't have to change anything. All you're doing is you're just shrinking windows a little bit. You don't have to change anything, right? It's like, and everyone's happy. Everyone wins, right? The stars get their money. They get all that. The theaters get theirs. Like, again, nothing has to change. Nothing has to change. Okay. So think if Black Widow made 100,000. I'm guessing that's what you're saying. 100,000 at the theater, or 100, or is that 100,000? Is that or 100 billion? 100 at the theater and 60 on Disney Plus. How much would that have been if there wasn't a theater option? Probably. I mean, the thing is they only get the one sale. They get the one sale compared to multiple sales. Don't act like there's not people who go to the theater multiple times to see some of these movies. They absolutely do. Now that person only has to do, watch it one time at the theater and then just watch it over and over again from the comfort of the home, because you got your theater experience and now you just watch it at home, right? I went back to the theater to see Black Widow a couple times, and I don't even think it was one of the best MCU movies, and I'd have probably still gone to see it at least 3 times at the theater before it ended. Like I said, probably that weekend. Yeah. Trevor's lighting up the chat. Trevor's gonna call it. I know. I was getting ready to. The son of a bitch keeps spamming the chats. Maybe Nikki. He just wants to see his name. He just wants to see his name all over the. Oh weird. Oh, and some money for that week or month. Let's see. Piracy has been around since the internet. My parents do it. Me, I'm a physical release person. Yeah. There you go. 100 million times $10 is like a billion a month as well. Making off mostly old movies to supplement the movie intake as well. We need a Bill Bixby Incredible Hulk Blu-ray. Yes, we do. Trev, I can give you all the bad takes, brother. Oh, Nikki says Michael Keaton was my first Batman, and he is the Batman. We discussed that, but I agree too. I like Michael Keaton Batman. I like Adam West Batman, but the best Batman that we have got on the big screen is definitely Will Arnett. Come at me, bruh. I don't own a single Marvel movie physically. Ain't just hypocritical of me? No, not really. I mean, if you don't want to own the movie, why would you own it if you don't like it? I am aware. But also the subscription money. You would have gone to see Black Widow 3 times in the first. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I probably would have been like, dude. I do that for like all the movies. I do that for most of the MCU movies. So I get in there and break them all down and see what you missed, see what Eric Voss missed. See what Paul from Heavy Spoilers missed? Yeah. Barbara French, thank you so much for being here today. I hope you're having a very good day today. I hope all is well with you. Yeah, Jesus. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I probably would have, for sure. No, Kevin Conroy is the Batman. Well, I mean, he is the Batman, yeah, sure. But the best big screen Batman we've had on the big screen, the best Batman we've had on the big screen is Will Arnett. I don't miss anything. Oh, you'll miss something. We can find something that you'll miss, Trev. We can find something that you'll miss. Do it. But anyway, guys, that's all I've got for today's video. Like I said, for me, I mean, I like a theater experience. I'd rather see these movies go make a theatrical run, do as good as they can at the theater. That's not to say that every movie has to be in the theater for 3 months. If a movie is still doing good and sustaining good numbers at a theater for 3 months, let it do it. If it's only doing good for a month and a half, let it, I mean, maybe make it just have to run for 6 weeks in the theater, whatever it takes. You can shorten some of those windows. You can lengthen other ones. It really doesn't matter. Even the release to physical copies or digital and streaming being shortened just down to the 45 days like we've said that it is here, that's fine. That's okay. But I still think they should let these movies make the theatrical run. It's actually proven. It's actually even in the numbers already that people will still go out to theaters. These movies can still do good at theaters and continue on, and the model don't need to change. There's no reason for it to change. Movies make a theatrical run. People who want to see the movie at the theater and are excited to see it can go see it at the theater. And even people who are excited to see it that don't want to go to the theater can wait to see it at home on a home release or streaming, just like they have every year before the pandemic started last year. But that's all I've got for today's live stream, folks. Thank you all so much for being here on the 2nd Street Marvel. If you're not already, please make sure you subscribe. Click the little bell and all of that good stuff. If you like what you're seeing here, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs down if you don't. That's okay. You're not going to hurt my feelings. But while you're at it, make sure that you share it with a friend and invite them to come hang out with us here on the 2nd Street Marvel. You all have a very good day, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.